Welcome back to my channel, and it is Chidera Rose. Today I'm going to be doing a little chit chat girl talk video. Don't mind this plaster, I hurt myself. Let's get into the video. So I've written them down just because I've written points and it was just easier that way than to read it off like my screen on my laptop. So the first thing is, I don't know what to do at school for A-levels. How do I decide? I know choosing subjects for A-levels is really difficult, and I think the first thing I'd say is do what you enjoy. Also think about your future, because A-levels is what, if you decide to go on to higher education, those are the grades that you're going to need to get into university or get into anything you want to get into after. That's what also I'd be thinking about. But obviously if you don't enjoy it, do you really think you're going to succeed in it? I know I'm someone that if I don't like the subject, I'm definitely not going to succeed in the subject, because I just wouldn't care about it. Just be like, no, I can't be bothered. Do you know what I mean? So for the subjects that I did sciences. I really enjoyed it, and obviously I'm going into uni to go further into sciences, so I'm happy that I chose them. And I thought about first what I wanted to do and if I enjoyed it or not, and if I had to change. There's so many ways as well, especially in the UK, because I know about the education system in the UK. I'm not sure about other countries, but I know that in the UK there's so many. There's apprenticeships, there's BTECs, there's A-levels, there's so many things you can go into, and at the end, if you do want to end up in university, there's so many ways. There's degree apprenticeships, you can use BTECs to go into university, there's A-levels, the traditional way to get into university. So there's so many different paths for you to try out, just in case you do want to do like a little bit of a trial and error. Even in university they offer foundation years for different courses, so if it's the fact that you don't know what degree you want to do, you can do a foundation year, and those foundation years are like, they branch into different degrees anyway. I don't know, nursing with a foundation year, that foundation year could maybe take you into social care, social work, health and social care, different things. Nursing, if you do want to carry on going into nursing, you can go straight through it. So obviously there's so many things, definitely so many pathways, there's many trial and errors you can go through using the education system in the UK. Also pray about what you want to do, and I know I prayed about what I should do. At first I wanted to do medicine, guys, like that's the thing that I wanted to do first of all, medicine. Then so many things happened which I will get into for a story time video. So pray about it, think about what you enjoy doing, then think about what you want to do in the future. And then there's so many, again, trial and error ways that you can, there's just so many lean ways in the education system, especially in the UK, because that's the one that I'm following, that's the one I'm using, that's the one I know about, so that's the one I can talk about. So obviously if you're in another country, do your research if there's different ways of trying out before you go into the course. So the next one is, how do you deal with comparing yourself to other people? The first thing I want to say is that we are created in God's image. He created us in his image, so we look like him. Do you know what I mean? So that's the first thing that I want to say. And the reason that I'm saying that, first of all, is because that's what I use to keep myself confident. So I have in the past always compared myself to people. You do that all the time. It could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be looks. It could be what they're good at. It could be what they're good at and you're not good at. You could just be comparing yourself, and different things in life happen that also causing yourself to compare yourself to other girls. It could be other guys as well. It could just be that somebody's doing a little bit better than you in school, in work. It could honestly be anything, and it brings up comparisons. And let's just say, first of all, that's not healthy. Second of all, be proud of what you are and what you've got. And I was watching an episode on Backchat London actually, and it was talking about, instead of comparing yourself and seeing it as competition, look at it as a way of motivation. If somebody has, say, got better grades than you, just kind of buddy up with them and let them let them share with you what they do different that you're not doing, so that you can succeed together. That's another thing as well. I'm going to join it with another point that came after. How do you get Christian friends? Obviously, church is the easiest way to get Christian friends. That's where social media comes as a really huge advantage, because there are different platforms on Instagram for Christians. There's different platforms everywhere. I know I'm on a group chat on my Instagram, and it's just basically for Christians, and we share quotes and we share Bible passages, and we share motivational speeches, and we share prayers, and we put our prayer points in so everybody can pray for each other during hard times, and we share our testimonies on there, everything. So there's things like that on social media as well. So if you don't have a church, I think church is the easiest way to get friends that are believing the same thing you believe in. There's always social media. Next one is advice on Christian dating. So how do you go about Christian dating? So this is such a huge thing, because I think we forget that, especially the way I grew up. And like I said, this video is going to be raw. This video is going to be honest. So I'm just going to say how it is. When you get to my age, things like that do start to get into your head, because I mean, how are you meant to marry someone without actually getting to know them, right? The first thing I'm going to say is, if you are dating, so this is for the older people, no one below 19, 18, no one below that. So if you are wanting to date, and if you are a Christian, for me, dating is getting to know somebody. Getting to know somebody, that is what it essentially is. Do you know what I mean? Especially Christian dating, essentially, you're getting to know someone, you're being a friend to them, you're advising them, you're praying together. That's what it is. I think I watched a video, and I'll put the link in the description box down below, of this woman who basically preaches and talks about Christian dating. And I'll also put another link in the video down below of this pastor. He's called Todd, and he's really good at preaching to youth about dating, relationships, and everything like that. So my advice on it anyway is to set boundaries from the beginning. So for example, meet in public places, don't meet in private, just things like that, you know, as a Christian, you just don't want that to happen. Date someone that is the same religion as you, that has the same principles. It just makes more sense. But at the same time, I'm not saying you don't like, I'm not saying it's a must. It's just easier to pray about things. It's easier to talk about things, knowing what should and should not be going on. I don't know. I'm not good at this. I should have picked that to give advice on. Things that I have done for myself is find different hobbies instead. I think especially when you're growing up, we're busy with different things anyway. So we're busy with education, with work. Right now I'm busy with, you know, my YouTube channel. I'm busy still with school. I've got things in my life. Carry on being busy with them, especially right now that we are on lockdown. Carry on being busy, carry on doing stuff, just carry on filling yourself with things to do. And I think pray about things as well, because when it is the right time, God will bring that certain somebody for you.
That's all I'm going to say on that topic.
But, like I said, watch those videos. I'm going to put them in the description box down below. They will be so much better because they're adults. They have experienced things that I have not experienced, a lot older than me. So they would be really good at advising, because that was pretty bad actually. So the last one is decent dressing advice. So decency, dressing well. The first thing I'd like to say is decent dressing comes with how do I explain this? Let me start with a little bit of a story time, with a little bit of a testimony. Let me just spice it up a little bit. There was a time, once upon a time, where I didn't necessarily dress decently. Obviously, growing up in an African home, your parents are like, you ain't going out like that. But then when you start to, you know, build your relationship up with God, when you start to read the Bible, when you start getting knowledge with what you should and should not be doing, then I think your heart just automatically changes. So I think telling somebody to dress decent wouldn't really be much effective unless the person actually wants to do so. So for me, my parents telling me to dress a certain way didn't change the fact that I liked dressing the indecent way in the beginning. It was the fact that you know, I just filled myself with the word and what and how I should be dressing anyway, and that made me automatically want to dress properly. There's a Bible verse that I'll just put down here that basically explains it. It's the heart, he'll change your heart, and you'll just automatically want to dress in a certain way. Dressing indecent will make you not feel that good. You'll just be like, no, I can't go out like this. Imagine being sexy without having to, you know, expose your skin. That is such a massive flex. That is a huge flex that is so underrated, especially in this day and age. Imagine being attractive and sexy and just looking all fine and snatched without having to expose your skin, without having to expose anything. Girls, guys, anybody, if you can do that, I salute you, because that is cute. That's my first advice on that. My second advice as well is don't dress decent because of a guy. I've watched too many videos about dressing decent that are telling me that I should dress decent and able to help a guy not sin. Dress decent because you are respected, because you respect yourself. Dress decent because you are a decent woman. Dress decent because you rate yourself. Don't dress decent for anybody else. Do you know what I mean? That's their business. Your business is to dress decent so that, you know, you respect yourself, you are respected. Don't dress decent for anybody else, because we're basically doing it for ourselves. I actually heard somebody say to me once that the reason that they dress decent is because once a man looks at them, and it says it in the Bible actually, but people take things from the Bible and twist it into a whole different context. And it said in the Bible that once you look at a woman lustfully, you have committed, is it adultery, fornication? I don't know, something like that. I'll put that down here as well. So that's basically what it says. And if that is the reason you're dressing decent so that men can't do that, I don't know, that to me just sounds a little bit like, for example, the reason that I decide and I choose to dress decent and in a certain way is because I respect myself. I know how I want people to see me. I'm not dressing decent to save another man. Another thing, advice on dressing decent is, if you're not gonna go to work in that outfit, don't go out in that outfit. So if you're gonna buy clothes, this is also another way to spend money, guys. I'm giving you guys tips on how to spend money as well. I mean, how can you not subscribe to this channel after that? So another tip is, if you're gonna wear those outfits to work, if you'd wear that to church, definitely wear that out, girl. I know this is a girl talk video, but guys, you can also listen to this and do this as well. But if you ain't gonna wear that outfit to work, if you ain't gonna wear that outfit to church, if you definitely, most definitely are not finna wear that outfit to a meeting, sis, let me ask you, do you really think that outfit is decent? No. I think decency doesn't even have to be a religious thing. I think decency is just a respect thing. Having respect for yourself, remember? Not because of other people. Don't think like that. Do things for yourself to make yourself happy and not for other people. That's basically what I've been trying to say for the past 6 minutes. But you dig what I'm saying. Those are my advices on the girl talk. I'd like to do another one of these girl talk and basically send me through what you want me to talk about. Let's have a little discussion in the comment section that are up above. Let's keep spreading love. There's so many things happening in 2020 and it's just mad. Let's start spreading love towards each other. Like, share, and yeah, I love you guys so much. Bye.